break them, right? So today we're going to learn a little bit about why we learned about those rules. Why does that make any sense? So before we get started, I want to know, has anyone ever made a book before? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
I don't know, like
I know Alex showed us his book the other day.
I have a book.
Has anyone made a book before?
Because Cameron, you are amazing.
Okay, this is my example of a book. This is one of my favorite books. But I want to know, how do you make a book?
You gotta use the font again. Let me story.
Naomi, how do you make a book?
I did not raise my hand for this. I just wanted to tell you that, yes, in kindergarten we made these winter books.
Ooh, what were they about? Just winter and stuff?
Yeah, like about building snowmans, I think.
Very cool. How did you make that book?
We used paper.
Okay, so when we make books, sometimes paper is important, because I see lots of paper in my book. What else do we need, Cam?
You need to know who, if you write a book but you forgot the artist.
Ooh, yeah, we need our illustrator.
Yes, and then we need someone who can draw on it. Draw the word, because someone got me this book and it says, Cameron, you are amazing.
That is awesome and so true. So I have a question then. If we need books, or if we need paper to make books, what if we didn't have paper? Could we still make a book?
Nope. Nope.
We couldn't?
Yeah, well, I could make a book out of cardboard.
Okay.
What if you just make a book out of paper towel?
Naomi, go ahead.
Maybe I can ask my mom if I can make it out of this. I didn't draw a picture in this book.
So I love that you guys are giving me different examples of how we could make a book without paper. But I have another idea. Everyone take a look here. Is this a book?
Yes.
Is there paper?
No.
Did I trick you guys?
It was paper.
How is this a book if it doesn't have paper? You guys told me we need paper.
Because you put it on a screen.
Yeah, so sometimes books don't have to be something that you can hold in your hands. Sometimes you can look at them online. And those are called e-books. Because look, we have a title. We have an author and an illustrator. We have different words in the book. We have pictures. So it's a book, right? What do you think? Is this a book or not? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Yeah, so this week we are going to be working on making our own books, but we are going to make them as e-books, like I was telling you, how they're online. And that's why I've been having you do so much writing.
You have to be. No way we don't have any paper.
If we don't have paper, this is what we're doing. Because this isn't paper.
Writing the book.
We're going to work together as a class to make a book. And we're going to learn a little more about what we're going to be writing.
And it's made by Miss H.
Yes.
Writing by Joe D.
Go ahead, Naomi.
Are we making our books online or just with like paper?
We are going to make it online. So I will show you a little more about what we're going to be writing about after we read this book.
Miss Glasgow? Miss H. I'll ask my mom if I can use this as a
Yes, Amir.
But what if they didn't have no
That is a possibility. I hope that doesn't happen because I like having books with paper. But sometimes having them online is cool too.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a picture of our person we are learning about this week. Her name is Shirley Chisholm. Can everyone say Shirley Chisholm?
Shirley Chisholm.
Yeah, we've got that CH.
White House.
Good observation, Kim. She is in front of the White House. So let's start by making some predictions on who she may be or what this book could be about.
Obama or Trump.
Erin, what do you think this book could be about?
Her, but Miss H is this the which White House? Donald Trump or Obama or
This is the same White House that all of our presidents have been in.
So she works for all of them?
Maybe. That's what we're going to find out.
I don't like Trump.
So we can all have our own opinions. No big deal. But we are going to figure out what Shirley Chisholm did and why she might be standing in front of the White House here. So before we read that, I have a few more cards. And I want you to tell me, what is this word? So it's a tricky one. This is what we were working on Tuesday. I keep wanting to say Monday. Rule. Like our rules we have in class. So that's our first word. And our second word is?
Air.
Air. If I take away this. Fair. You got it. So if we see the words rule or fair in our book, we are going to take a quick brain break and do some jumping jacks because we've been doing a lot of work today. So if we see the word rule or fair, we are going to stop and we're going to jump up and down a few times. And the reason we're doing that is because those are really important words in our book, so I want us to be able to stop and think about them after. So let's get started. Running for president. Have you ever wanted to change the rules to make things fair? Did we say one of our words already?
That's rude.
Rule. Do some jumping jacks. Jump up and down. Get your wiggles out. Whew, stop. Take a seat. Find your balance. Have you ever wanted to change the rules to make things fair?
No.
Was that another word?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, we had 2 words in one sentence. Jump again, jump again. And freeze.
Okay.
Take a seat.
That's a lot.
Have you ever dreamed of being someone who makes the laws? What about being president? Shirley Chisholm had those dreams. She was a leader in government. She was also a leader in staying true to what you know is right. In the winter of 1972, people cheered when Shirley walked onto a stage. She announced that she wanted to be president of the United States. First, she would try to get her political party to vote for her as their choice for president. She wanted people to trust her to do the right thing. She was the first woman in the Democratic Party to try to be president. She was the first Black candidate for president from any major party. She was ready to make a lot of changes. Who can guess what are some changes you think she might make? Naomi, do you have a question?
When is our first seesaw break?
in about 50 minutes.
15 or 50?
50.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Who can tell me, what do you think some changes might be?
5 and 0, I think. Or they're talking about the one that, okay.
What is a change you think she might make? Any guesses? That's okay. We don't know that much about her yet, but let's think of some changes she might make later in the story.
Oh.
Shirley was already a congressperson from the state of New York. Shirley was black and proud, but she was just as proud to be a woman. She worked to make things fair for all kinds of people. Unlike some candidates, Shirley had not been given lots of money. Powerful people had not decided to help her. Shirley fought alone. Her plan was to bring us, together. So if we know her plan was to bring everyone together, what change could she make that could make that happen? Aaron, find your balance, please. Amelia, what is something she could maybe do to bring people together?
Sorry, what?
What is something she could do that could bring everyone together?
I guess she could. I don't know.
It's a tricky question, isn't it? We're going to learn about what she did. Shirley was born in Brooklyn, New York. She moved with her 3 younger sisters to the country of Barbados when she was only 5 years old. Her new school had many rules. It taught Shirley how to work hard. By the time she moved back to the United States when she was 10, she already knew that she was a strong person. Shirley wanted to keep learning. She went to college and studied education. She worked in a school while she was a student. Once she finished college, she kept working in education. That was where she got interested in politics. How could she make education better for children? How could she help families? Any guesses? So my friends, we don't know yet. We don't know what she did, but I'm asking, what do you think she might have done? She wanted to help kids and families. What's a way that you could help kids and families, Amir?
To always take care of them and feed them and make sure they're healthy and they always drink something like water. What's healthy?
Yeah, that's an awesome idea. She decided to work for the government. She could make changes happen there. In 1965, she won an election. She became a lawmaker for the state of New York. In just a couple of years, she made important steps toward her goal in improving people's lives.
Who's the government?
Yeah, so she worked for the government. They make a lot of rules for us. So that's what we're going to talk about. If she was in the government and was making some rules, do you think that she made fair rules? Knowing just the little bit that we know about her, do you think that she wanted to help people and make rules fair for everyone? Raise your hand if you think she wanted to make fair rules. Or put your hand on your nose if she did not want to make fair rules. She wanted to make fair rules or she didn't?
Everybody has them.
Alex, why would she want to make fair rules?
So that people would be treated all the same.
Yeah, she wanted people to be treated a lot nicer and to be treated the same. Aaron, I also saw your hand. Why did she want to make fair rules?
Because she really wanted to help, and she always wanted to work with the government and be the first black woman who White House and I love the government.
Yeah, she wanted to work for the government so that she could make the world a better place because she thought she had some really cool ideas and she could make things more fair.
She wanted to help firefighters, engineers, and all of those people because she wanted to help the city and she wanted to be the first black person to be and she wanted to be the first black woman to be president.
Yeah, she wanted to help everyone and she had some really awesome goals and dreams for herself. So, I want to revisit our word rule. Who can remind me what a rule is? Cam, can you show me a rule that we have in class? Cameron, what is a rule we have in class every single day?
A rule every single day?
Yeah, what do we have every single day as a rule?
No bringing toys to school.
Yeah, we don't bring toys to school. We put our distractions away. So we are going to talk about the different types of rules we have once again. So remember we tried acting out following and not following the rules? I would like you once again to show me what is a fair rule. So take a minute in your brains, think about something that we do in this class that is a rule and something that is fair about that rule. Okay, so it would be unfair if I said Amelia can't come to class today because I don't feel like seeing her. That's not fair, is it? No. So think of a rule we have and why it is fair. Okay, I'm going to give you 10 more seconds to think in your brains. Leo, where's your eyes?
It's 10:49.
So, who would like to show us a rule that is fair? Show me with your bodies that you are following a rule that is fair. Naomi.
It's fair to help other people. Like if somebody got hurt in a playground, we could help them up and be their friend.
Very good. So we're being kind to everyone. I like that. Alex, did you have a rule? I saw you kind of doing it with your body.
Crisscross applesauce.
And that's your balance. You found your balance. A nice comfortable spot to learn. That's a fair rule. How about everyone that has a rule, show me with your bodies right now. Don't tell me. Show me. I see lots of people raising their hands. Mason, how is raising your hand a fair rule?
Because if you don't raise your hand, teacher won't call on you, and that's not fair.
Yeah, and then if one person is talking when they raise their hand, that's fair for them because no one else is interrupting them. Yeah. All right, my friends, I would like you to touch your ear.
Oh, yes.
Touch your shoulders. Put your arm in the air. Put your other arm in the air. Stand up. Spin in a circle. Spin in a circle the other way. Jump up. Touch toes. Stretch your arm. Stretch it the other way. Wiggle your fingers. Shake them all out. Do 2 jumping jacks. Sit in a squat. And find your chair. I want to see all eyes wide open. As wide as you can make them.
I couldn't get my camera on.
And put them back how they're supposed to be.
Oh, my eyes.
Phew. All right. Amelia, please fix that camera. You're making me dizzy. All right. I would like everyone to grab your whiteboards or your notebook. And show.
I need a marker and an eraser, and that's it. My whiteboard's under my table.
Okay, so go ahead and grab it.
I need a marker and an eraser.
Do you have one?
Well, first, I need one.
Elena, if you do not have one, just get a piece of pencil and some paper. No big deal. Hold up either your notebook or whiteboard when you have it.
Look at my notes.
Ooh, Naomi, that is a very cool notebook.
Miss H,
Yes.
I don't have a chair and I can't really jump and do jumping jacks because I am in my bed.
Ooh, I'm glad you made a safe choice then. All right, we are going to talk about being the president. Who knows who our president is?
Oh, Biden, Joe Biden. Joe Biden.
Yeah, we just got a new president, Joe Biden. And what does the president do? Who can think about what does our president do for us?
Oh, he's trying to fix it.
Aaron, what did they do?
He's trying to let the coronavirus go.
That's something he's trying to do.
He helps us, and he's trying to stand his ground and not let Trump step into the White House.
So he is doing his own thing. He is making sure that he is in charge because that's what the president is. They're in charge. And they make some pretty interesting rules for us. So remember our word rule that we have been practicing? A big job of the president is making rules. So I want you to imagine for a second, close your eyes. Pretend that you are at the White House and you are the president. You're waving to everyone, you're shaking people's hands. And think about something you would want to do if you were the president. Open your eyes. Now, we are going to write about what you would do if you were the president. So let me show you how you're going to start your sentence. I want you to answer the question, what is a rule you would make if you were the president? So if you could make any rule, I want you to tell me what that rule would be. And I also want you to keep in mind if that would be a fair rule for everyone. Okay, but you're the president, so you can make whatever rule you want. But I want you to think if it's a fair rule. So while you're thinking, I want you to start your sentence like this. If I were the president, I would, and then fill in whatever you would do. I see lots of friends hard at work. Aaron, I would love to see your face. So what is one rule that you would make if you were the president? And this is how you will start your sentence. Zaid, Ziad, and Janelle, I would love to see your faces and seeing you writing.
What are we supposed to write?
So boys, this is what we're answering. What is a rule that you would make if you were the president? Think about what you want to do if you were the president.
How do you spell maybe?
M-A-Y-B-E. And I want you to work really hard on this sentence because we are going to share with our friends in breakout rooms, and it's not very fun when people don't have work to share. So make sure you put a lot of thought into your sentence, and in about 2 minutes, we are going to talk with our friends.
How do you spell sure?
S-U-R-E.
How do you spell make?
Ooh, I know you know how to spell that one. A-K. And remember, that might be a mommy E word.
Yeah.
So make sure you're thinking of what goes at the end of that word.
I think I spelled it right.
Do you want me to check?
I spelled it M-A-K-E.
You got it.
Yep. How do you spell people?
Naomi, try and sound that one out. Try to get those main
How do you
sounds.
spell illegal?
Amelia, I want you to try your best.
I gotta pee.
Try tapping it out.
Gosh.
About 1 more minute to finish up your sentence.
Just said 2 more minutes when I didn't. I wasn't awake.
Naomi and Amelia, those look like good sentences.
And I would make sure that people, and I spell people P-E-P-P-O-L-E. What?
Very good.
I would say help. If I were the president, I will help. Would help.
How could you help?
People. How do you spell help?
H-L.
H-F. E-L-P. No, yes.
You got it.
E-L-P. Help.
Amir, thanks for helping out.
If I were the president, I would help people.
Mason, do you have a question? Mason, go ahead.
What are we doing?
We're writing our sentence.
I mean, what sentence?
If I were the president, I would... Well, that's what you're thinking about.
With the whole class.
So I'm going to give you about 15 more seconds. Finish up your sentences. And then we are going to go in breakout rooms.
I want to share what I wrote on my paper with the whole class.
We will share when we come back.
Oh.
Amir?
How do you spell people? Is this people P-E-P-E-O-L?
Here, I'll write it for you.
Oh, okay.
You got it?
No, yeah, I'm wasting these two P's. And I waste the L. Oh, man. I know it's this other P.
It's a tricky word.
Oh. Well, I spelled people wrong 2 times.
That's all right. We're learning. No big deal.
Yep, it's not a big deal. It says you make a mistake. You gotta keep trying, and then if you don't do it, all you gotta do is ask the teacher.
You got it, Amir. All right, everyone. We are going to go into our breakout rooms. And while you are there, I want you to stay super focused on your sentences. Okay. I want you to first read them with your group. I want you to listen to everyone's. Think about, is that a good idea? Or, I never thought of that. Maybe I would like to do that. Okay? And then I also want you to look at their sentences. So we are looking for capital letters, a period at the end of our sentence, and if it answers our question. Okay, so there's a lot of things you're looking for. If you like their sentence, if you don't like their sentence, starts with a capital letter, ends with a period, and answers the question. Does anyone have any questions before we start?
No.
All right. Amelia.
Can I be with Naomi and Amir?
These are random groups.
Me too.
Okay. All right, Miss Lestak. Whenever you're ready.
Is there a group you would like to join?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
All right, I'm going to send you into this one because there's 4 people in it, so they might need some management.
Okay. Hello, my friends. So who would like to go first and share their sentence? Go ahead, Erin.
I really have something to say. If I were the I just did because I didn't have enough time and you put me on break.
That's okay. We can finish that later. What were you going to say if you were the president?
If I was the president, I would help the world.
Very nice.
And make it a really good place.
I love that, Erin. That would be an awesome thing to do. Cam, do you want to share yours?
Oh, my president sentence.
Mm-hmm.
That is my sentence.
That is very good.
Keep saying back instead of black.
Gotta remember to sound it out. That's a very good sentence. Zaid and Ziad, would you like to share?
My sentence is like this. If I were president, I would keep people safe. Nice sentence.
Go ahead. Zaid, did you want to share?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I were president, I would election. I would vote for Joe Biden.
So you would make a personal choice as your rule. Very cool. Justin, what was your sentence?
What? I thought you were what Amir said. He didn't get to share because he was looking for a paper and he couldn't find any paper to write his sentence on. Yep, that was it. I thought you heard that.
Okay, so Justin, make sure during your seesaw break that you are writing that sentence because that's part of your activity. Amir, would you like to share?
Thank you for making that the part of my activity. Okay, my plan. Well, okay. So what is if I were the president, I would help people.
Very cool.
Both Amelia and both of theirs were nice.
I loved those rules. I look forward to hearing everyone's rules, and you will be working on them a little more in Seesaw today. So for now, you can put your notebooks away. And tomorrow, we will be learning a little bit more about those rules and what Shirley Chisholm did, like her rules that she made.
Is it time for lunchy?
In 18
Can we
minutes.
go to lunch? Can we? I'm hungry. 5 more minutes.
18 more minutes.
Aww. Can we just have 0 minutes so we can just play?
Oh my goodness, if only it was the weekend.
Bye now.
If only it was the weekend.
Miss H.
Yes.
My mom is off for the afternoon and I want to spend time with her.
Naomi, go ahead.
Is our seesaw break starting yet?
In 17 minutes. All right, Miss Lesek, would you like to do any math before we let these kiddos go to lunch?
I sure would,
Okay.
of course. All right, so you liked more